Mig-19 on Metalstorm review, addictively fun to fly, but needs better missiles, April 2025. Here is my review about the Mig-19 on the Metalstorm game, and I think that while it is a very fun aircraft to fly, it is not a very practical one to acquire in the game. First, the positives: its controls are very responsive, there is virtually almost no lag when you move it from one direction to the other. It also has one of the highest, if not the highest, turn rates and acceleration of any aircraft in the game at 39 degrees per second and 60 meters per second respectively. Like the F-5 Freedom Fighter, it is also very easy to maintain its turn rate indicator or TRI on its optimum setting at yellow even without using a lot of afterburner. Its cannons are quite powerful. They are slow firing compared to the other cannons of other aircraft in the game, but are hard hitting. It usually takes fewer shots to destroy an enemy aircraft. However, the Mig-19 does have some serious issues of its own also, with the first being its durability. Like all light fighter aircraft, it doesn't take a lot of punishment before it gets destroyed. 2 missile near hits are usually enough to take it out, so you will have to respawn again. The worst part about it though are its missiles, which are described as beamriding, which means they go wherever it is you point the crosshairs. However, they are difficult to use because for one, they are not fire and forget. You need to keep your crosshair on the target until the missile hits it. And worst of all, there is no representation of the enemy aircraft like a diamond symbol if they are further away, like they do with the long-range rockets of the Su-25 grach. You need to be able to see the aircraft before you can aim at it, but unless you have a big screen and set the game at its highest resolution setting, then you won't be able to see the enemy aircraft enough most of the time to aim at if they are farther out. When the enemy aircraft does finally become near and visible enough where you can aim at it, they are already within cannon range anyway, so you are tempted to just use the cannons instead. But it does work well when you use your cannons to aim the missile, meaning fire your cannons first. Then when you start hitting the enemy aircraft, quickly tap on the missile fire button or icon. The advantage of doing this is that it usually takes only a single missile to take out a target instead of several cannon hits, especially when going up against aircraft with high durability and armor. The best tactics I learned to use with the Mig-19 is to first, use the terrain as much as possible. Just stick close to the ground, hill or mountain as much as you can to close in on enemy aircraft. That way at least you won't have to worry about an attack coming from one side. Another tactic is to be not afraid to close in the distance to enemy aircraft so you can get them to within cannon range when the opportunity presents itself. That is the only chance this aircraft has most of the time. But again, use the terrain when doing so as much as possible. Last is to just keep turning and keep the TRI on the yellow when you can during dogfights. Remember that it has one of the highest if not the highest turn rate in the game, so you will have a better chance of evading guns and missiles when you are doing this. Now in terms of whether the aircraft is worth getting or not, I sort of have mixed feelings about it. I do enjoy flying it very much. It is my favorite aircraft to fly and I do fly it a lot despite its shortcomings. But there are games against experienced pilots with advanced aircraft where I've been shot down for the 5th time and I can barely get in at least a kill since I can't go near them enough. That makes me question why I got the aircraft in the first place. It doesn't do very well against such kind of opposition, it just gets beaten badly. Overall, I would say that the Mig-19's lack of missiles that are practical to use keeps it from living up to its expectations. As of now, I would rate the F-5 as much better than it in terms of practical effectiveness. It will at least take out as much enemy aircraft as it gets shot down, partly because at least it has practical short-range missiles that work well. So if you like doing impressive acrobatics all the time during dogfights and have that thrill of constantly flying close to the terrain, then get the aircraft despite its problems. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend getting it for now. Keep it on the second priority list, ahead of better and more practical aircraft that are out there. The first match you are watching is one where I got 7 kills and got shot down only once. In the second match, I crashed twice and got shot down once, but I did get 9 kills. This second match I think also shows the acrobatic qualities of the aircraft, and why it is so much fun to fly. Some parts of the matches have been sped up to go through the boring stuff quickly, and only slowed down to normal speed at the most interesting parts.